Is there a way to instantly optimize productivity in your business? Yes, and the owner of an award-winning company is going to show you how your company can use Kaizen to increase and maximize productivity and profits in no time. You want to make sure you stick around and watch this entire video. On this episode, we're interviewing the guru of productivity, Paul Akers. His company, FastCap, is one of the most innovative and dynamic multi-million-dollar operations in the world, and his passion for productivity has taken him to more than 104 countries to work and speak. Today, you get a front row seat at an exclusive tour of his facilities.
He needs his safety glasses. Boom. His safety glasses go right there. He needs his glove. He's put a clip on here that's magnetic. I could walk you around this whole place, and every time you turn around, there's going to be another Kaizen.
Paul is going to explain how to use Kaizen to optimize productivity in your business. He'll also answer questions like, how do we improve efficiency? How do we build better teams and eliminate waste? But also, how Kaizen can help you increase your profits over time.
Kaizen makes you happy. It improves your life. It improves your work. It improves your mentality. Well, number one tip is, if everybody did this, the world would be a beautiful place.
If you're looking for ways to streamline production at your business, you don't want to miss this episode. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our amazing revenue-generating content from UpFlip. You guys, let's go say hi to Paul. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Paul. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Tell us a little bit about yourself and when and why you went lean and implemented Kaizen at FastCap. Thank you.
Well, I was a very successful business person 3 years into building FastCap, and things were going great. But I used to walk through that door that you just walked through, and every time I came in here, there was all these problems. And I was very frustrated. I said, well, if this is what running a business is about, I don't want to do this.
Right.
And I found out about Kaizen, or about the Toyota Production System, and that was the answer on how I could solve these problems that kept reoccurring. It was how to get rid of problems so they didn't keep reoccurring.
Can you show us the process that you've improved through Kaizen?
Yeah, I'm surrounded by thousands of them everywhere you look. So we just come to the forklift right here and take a look at this. So the forklift driver, Johnny, has this all set up. Look at this. He's got his tape measure. Everything's labeled. He's got everything in Kaizen foam. He's got his knife. He's got his pens, blue highlighter, pink. Nothing's random. There's not like just a little cup with a bunch of stuff crammed in there. Right. So he has to kind of grab them every time. No, he can see clearly every one he needs when he needs it. He needs his safety glasses. Boom. His safety glasses go right there. He needs his glove. He's put a clip on here that's magnetic that holds his glove. He's thinking about everything all the time, so everything matters. You come over here and you look at this and you say paper recycling. Well, the problem is people were using this for trash. So what they did is they put blue liner on the inside, which signifies to everybody in the company instantly it's recycling. So we don't have a problem with people putting garbage in the recycling one. There's Kaizens everywhere in this facility. How we hold up our scooters. You could just look, I could walk you around this whole place, and every time you turn around, there's going to be another Kaizen.
So let's go back to this real quick. For someone watching who is clueless about Kaizen, hearing it for the first time, how did you get to this point? What's the process look like? I mean,
that's a really easy question, but unfortunately, the answer is not what anybody wants to do. So Johnny didn't just say, "Oh, I'm going to go Kaizen there." Right. What happened was we trained Johnny to Kaizen, and we trained him in our morning meeting. And I know that's one of the questions you're going to ask me. Right. Why is the morning meeting so important? Because that's where we train people to think differently. You can't do what you're seeing here unless everybody's thinking differently. So they come in here thinking one way, and we have to transform them to thinking another way. And that other way is everything is a process and everything must be improved. So we train Johnny to think this way. Gotcha. So when he goes to get his pin and he struggles, when he goes to get a tape measure and he struggles, when he needs his hammer and he struggles, he says, stop, fix it now. Fix what bugs you now. You know, I think it's real important that you understand the word Kaizen. Kaizen. So the word Kai, K-A-I, is a Japanese word, and it means to change. Zen, you know, Zen is good. To change, good. To change, good.
I like
that.
You
see what I mean?
Yes.
Now, for the Japanese, this is really important. The Japanese are the ones that really brought us this concept of to change good, and that's who we're kind of following, right? In the Japanese culture, this Kaizen means daily. It doesn't mean like, oh, do it when you can. It means wake up in the morning and Kaizen, change for the good. It's a whole different mentality. And so most people are not thinking like, did you get up this morning and you say, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to
make some improvements.
Zen. No, most people don't think that way. This is the way everybody thinks here.
I love it.
We've trained them to think that way.
And so Kaizen, or Kaizen, right? What's the right pronunciation?
Kaizen.
Kaizen, okay.
Yeah, Kaizen.
Different ways to pronounce it, okay.
Yeah.
So it's worked effectively for big corporations like Lexus, Toyota. What about for somebody who's just starting out?
Well,
same way for them?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's an individual. You can do it at home. You could be a homemaker. You could be a stay-at-home worker. It doesn't matter. You wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth.
Okay.
Right? You know, when you're brushing your teeth, you have to ask yourself, how long does it take to brush your teeth? 3 minutes? 4 minutes? How could you possibly do it maybe a little faster? And even if not a little faster, how could you do it more effectively? So let's say you still use it 3.5 minutes, because it's not all about speed, right? It's about quality.
Right.
So let's say you take 3.5 minutes to brush your teeth and you do this pattern like this. But you find out that if you go in a circular pattern, you're getting twice as much plaque off. But you're still going to take 3.5 minutes because you want that to happen. But now you're getting twice as much done in the same amount of time. So we're in pursuit of quality, not just time saving. So we want to increase the quality of our life. We want to increase the effectiveness, the efficiency of our life. And so you start considering everything. So you ask me, how do you do it if you're a one-man shop and not Toyota? You consider how you brush your teeth. You consider how you answer your emails. You consider how you make your lunch, how you make your coffee in the morning, how many steps you go back and forth to the refrigerator, how many times you open the cabinet door, how much time you look for the cereal. I mean, everything is a process. Where your knives are, where your forks are, in relationship to your stove. I mean, I could go on and on and on. It's everywhere.
Yeah, so for someone watching this video thinking corporation, companies, I think it's a good point to get across that it starts at home.
Absolutely,
the moment you wake up.
It does.
What are Kaizen events?
Okay.
And then are they necessary?
Well, traditionally, that's the way Kaizen was deployed in most large companies. They hire a Kaizen expert, and then they come in to a department and they do Kaizen on you. They show you how to save money, time, and efficiency, how to be more efficient. So that's not the way we do Kaizen. Let me explain. We do Kaizen by simply fix what bugs you. You have a problem, you have a struggle, whether it be the pen, whether it be the pocket chisel, whatever it is, and you stop right there and you make a small improvement. So the Kaizen that I teach is the aggregation of marginal gains. The Kaizen event is one big improvement made by experts that generally go into an area. So let's take, for instance, what you see right here. These are our injection molding machines. We just got a brand new injection molding machine that we're installing right now. You could say this was a Kaizen event because we've been planning and working on this for 6 months, maybe a year. So we got our engineers together, we got all of us, we visited trade shows, we went and learned about injection molding machines, the new technology. We made tons of phone calls, we had reps, we had everybody, we were gathering information. That was kind of like a Kaizen event. And it took all that to get this machine in place. That's a big improvement. We're making a big improvement. That's kind of like the way most people do things. That's not the way we ascribe to it. Certainly there are opportunities to have Kaizen events, but that represents this much of the improvements that we make. This is the improvements that we're really making, the aggregation of all these small improvements. And then occasionally we'll do a Kaizen event. And that really should make up the vast majority of the improvements in any organization. They should be small improvements. And when the opportunity comes up where we need to solve a problem, then we'll do a Kaizen event. But it is not the main way we improve.
Talk to us about the Kaizen plan, do, check, act checklist, I guess.
So
this would be interesting.
This is the way that the Japanese learned from the Americans after World War II how to approach any problem. So the first thing you do is you look at the problem and you say, okay, let's get a plan together. How are we going to solve that problem? We need to visit injection molding machine companies. We need to go to trade shows. So we go ahead and do.
Okay.
We're going to go to those shows. We're going to do all that. Then we're going to check all the results that we got. We're going to come back and check everything we've learned on that. And then we're going to make the act. We're going to cut loose with the resources and do it. So it's a cycle of thinking. Again, we always talk about thinking. It's really important that you think clearly. So when you look at a problem, you want to look at it. You want to plan. What's our plan? What are we going to do? And then what are we going to do? Okay? Now we got to execute. And then we're going to check it. What happened as a result of what we did? Did it work? Right? Did it work? And if it didn't work, what are we going to do? What are we going to change? And we want to just keep repeating this cycle. And this is the refinement cycle of how you make improvements. You just plan, you do, you check, you adjust or act, plan, do, check, act. You just keep going around. You're constantly improving everything through this simple way of thinking.
Make sure you check out our blog, upflip.com/blog, with a ton of awesome articles on all kinds of businesses. Also, we've got something exciting coming for you next year, and that is our Upflip Hub. You can go to that place and you can build a business from start to finish, and you have all the resources there that will help you grow a business and be successful. Show us another happy employee, maybe a Kaizen process that you mentioned.
Oh, I'd love to. Come on over here. So, Yuri, can you show them this thing? Is this too big of a hassle to show them real quick?
Really easy.
Okay, watch this. It's amazing. This is how little the Kaizens are.
If you need to change the apples, so basically you have to take those screws, and you always take those screws like on the sides and put somewhere and then go back and forth.
Okay.
So I just put magnets right here. I'll color coded. So
take one screw out.
It goes exactly in the spot.
Watch this.
I see. So you're not losing those screws or...
Look at that.
And they go perfectly exactly.
Green.
Because even the
red.
threads is not really same on each screw, so it goes much easier exactly to that spot.
That's all it is. This is the Kaizen improvement.
That's a Kaizen improvement. It may save a millisecond of time, but that millisecond is important because now Yuri's not struggling ever.
Right.
Ever.
And you're the one that figured it out, right?
Absolutely.
You're working on the station, you're thinking...
All the time, that machine, it's always some kind of like problems or something that makes you work harder so you can make easier your life. Make something easier.
Right.
Something simpler.
So another Kaizen, show him this one. So now he wants to take these off. You turn them by hand normally. We said no. We welded nuts on there, and now he can just take them off like that. And he lets that go, and it's done. He doesn't even have to retrieve the tool. Show him this one down here, the tape one.
When I splice material, I just use like 2 inches. I don't need much, so that this much goes to connect material together like this.
Okay.
Right? And if I need to splice it, this adhesive and material, I need to go all the way 5 inches exactly the material has. I go to this jig, 5 inches, and then it applies it exactly 5 inches for you.
Precisely what he needs. So Kaizen is also about precision, about being very precise, because precision produces higher quality.
Wow.
And less rework and less defects.
Show us some tips for someone who wants to start today in implementing Kaizen. Love to see some.
Well, number one tip is fix what
That perfect handwriting, Paul.
bugs. I'm glad you think I have good writing. I work hard at it.
Mine's worse.
That's the first one. Fix what bugs you. Number two.
This is money right here, guys.
Simple.
Simple.
Keep everything simple.
That's so easy to overcomplicate it.
You're not get anybody to buy in on this, right? That's why we go back to fix what bugs you. That keeps it simple. You got that?
Yep.
Third one, and probably most important one. If you're a leader like me, there's only one place to be. When you came here today and you went upstairs to prepare to get ready for this, where was I?
You were on the floor with your employees.
I was on the floor with my employees. I was working. I was on the shop floor. So the third one is shop floor.
You weren't stuck in your executive office.
I'm not in my executive office. We call this Gemba. The Japanese word is G-E-M-B-A. This is a real important word for everyone to understand, okay? So Gemba, G-E-M-B-A. And then I'm going to put a big magnifying glass right here. Okay, there's my magnifying glass. Gemba, it means the shop floor. But what it really means in Japanese is the scene of the crime.
Interesting.
So when a Japanese reporter is reporting, they say, I'm at the Gemba. I'm at the scene of the crime. So you want to get out of your office and go to the shop floor or the Gemba, because this is where the action is. This is where the problems are. If everybody did this, the world would be a beautiful place.
Everyone we've talked to mentioned team meeting at some point. When did they happen? Walk us through really the evolution.
So every morning everyone gets here at 7 o'clock sharp, and we 3S. We clean our entire facility. We look for problems. We look for the burden. We look for the variation so we can find the muda, and we make improvements. Like Emily said, we're all having time to make improvements. Then at 7:30 we have our team meeting. This is our scoreboard right behind us.
Okay.
And a different person leads a team meeting every day. Celeste, Christian, Darby, Darla, and they're evaluated. At the end of the meeting, they're evaluated on their passion, their preparedness, their engagement, their questions, their transition, their humor, their control, their time, and their average, and what they're going to work on.
Interesting.
So the important thing here is, this is our Hanzei. Remember, plan, do.
Right.
So they plan their meeting. They're doing their meeting. They plan it, right? Emily is doing the meeting tomorrow, and she already planned it. Then tomorrow she's going to do it, and then we're going to check. Plan, do, check, act. So we're going to check. We're going to evaluate her on all these instantly, not after the fact, not in a 6-month review. Oh, Emily, let's talk about your morning meetings that you've been doing
6 months ago.
No, let's talk about right now. And then we make plan, do, check, act. And then what's the next act? We're going to be more prepared. We're going to have more confidence. We have more passion, more movement. So we're constantly doing this all the time. And it all happens in the morning meeting.
I hope you guys took away a lot from this impactful video about how Kaizen can change your life and your business. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check out part 2.